Hi, I'm Monica, and I'm a mental health nurse practitioner by trade. Hey, I've made this YouTube channel so I can share my financial mistakes and hopefully you can learn from them. I'm dedicated to helping you not create the same mistakes if you don't have to, not to have to live through that, and also to give you tips and tricks to get your finances in order so you can get that invisible noose off your neck. I'll be using personal stories and just help you develop a different mindset around your thinking about money. Really, what are your thoughts about money? That's the most important thing. What are you thinking about money? And I want to be your financial therapist. So let's get started today. If you like some of the content and you want to be some of the first people to get an alert, click subscribe, click like, and also you can click the link below to order my book on Amazon, which is Girls Just Want to Have Funds, 4 Steps to Financial Freedom. This is for anybody, and this is going to help you get that invisible noose from around your neck. We all want it. We just may not know how to go about it. We're going to talk today on one of the things that's going viral right now, and that is a 30-day financial cleanse. And ooh, what does that sound like? It's not a colon cleanse, thank goodness, from somebody being in the medical field, but it's a financial cleanse that's going around and helping people just to slow down, think about what they're doing with their money, and take a breath. And that's what we really all need to do. They say, she says eventually you need to get to 50% of your money going towards your needs, 30% going towards your wants, and 20% going into savings or debt repayment. But some of you may not even know where your money is going right now. And believe me, it's going to go somewhere, whether you name it and you know where it's going or you don't. It goes somewhere. So that's why a lot of times we just need to slow down and see where it's going, so then we can direct it where we want it to go. So one of the first steps is to minimize costs strategically, not dramatically. Part of that is you have to know where your money's going so you can minimize it. If you find out that you're spending $50 a week on coffee, or like me, my Diet Coke or sodas, things like that, you may decide that you don't want it to go there. And you may decide that you want to keep it there, and that's totally up to you. But one of the things you need to do on any purchases is just slow down and say, do I really need this? Many times we don't need it, and we're just getting a dopamine hit. I'm an Amazon junkie myself, I have to admit. We're getting a dopamine hit by just grabbing it, and then while we're on there, maybe grabbing something we do need, our hair shampoo or something like that. We go, oh my goodness, here's a really good brush I wanted to try. Oh, there's this, here's a shine spray. And we end up grabbing a lot more than what we had intended on spending. This is true in the stores for sure. Why do you think they strategically put shiny objects, candy, and things like that in the checkout aisle? 1, to tempt your kids into throwing a fit, so you just go ahead and buy it. And 2, to tempt you as you're trying to get out the door with something that you might need. Okay, so one of the best ways to make sure that you're not getting late fees and that kind of stuff, and then also not to have to pay the price of stamps. What are they? Nearly 80 cents, maybe more. Whenever you're watching this, they could be $1 by then, but the stamps are going way high. And then if you're late, you're going to get a late fee, which can be $27 or more dollars. My sister works at the post office. I don't want to put them out of business, but stamps are ridiculous. So automate those bills and attack debt. You got to have an emergency fund though, because if you don't, you have a breakdown on the car, somebody needs to come and clean your air conditioner, but you can find out how to do a lot of things on YouTube and learn to do things yourself and even fix things yourself rather than pay somebody, at least initially. And then when you have plenty of money, you can pay them to do it. But you need an emergency fund so you're not sticking this stuff on a credit card. Putting it on credit card is so easy, and you have to have it, and it is an emergency. It's an emergency. The kids are going back to school and they've outgrown all their pants. It's also an emergency because Christmas is coming around and it's always the same time every year, but it can be an emergency if you have not planned for it. They say $1,000 in the bank, and it's somewhere that's hard to get, a savings account maybe at another bank where you don't normally bank for a single person, and $2,000 for a family in an emergency fund. Have a garage sale, sell something, start picking up an extra job, something just to get that emergency fund in there. And then we can really talk on getting down to business. Hey, turn big dreams into small monthly goals, short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals. And at least you can write them on paper. They may not be able to be funded even with $50 a month at this time, but write down what your goals are, because when we don't have hopes and dreams, sometimes that keeps us from doing a budget and getting serious, because we are just thinking, I'm just getting by. I'm just getting by. I can't do any of these things anyway. It creates you a feeling of, I'm down, I'll never get anywhere. And when you get that way, you're not going to be motivated to act and get yourself out of this hole. This is about your thinking. Your thinking makes your life. Two people, the very same people, in the same circumstances, can be thinking, my glass is half full and I'm so happy. Oh, my glass is half empty and I'm so sad. So just decide where you're at. And you might have genetics that put you on one side or the other, but you can consciously change your thinking. And we'll talk about that in later videos. This isn't really gimmicky. It's about a mindset, like I'm sick and tired of debt, and I'm sick and tired of feeling like I work but can't have anything I want. And then you got to put a method to it. And I always say this, it doesn't matter what plan you choose, just choose a plan and stick to it, because a lot of them work. I feel like I have an easy one in my book with 4 easy steps that after implementing those, you'll be well versed to go in and talk to a money manager if you want to do that. So at least give some plan a look and don't keep shopping plans. Pick one and do it. What is a plan that you're working on to get yourself in better financial shape? Put it in the comments. Click like if you found this helpful, and click subscribe, and I'd really appreciate it. More content coming, and I hope to get better and better based on your comments. Have a great day.